Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Let's review another candle. This is Ultraviolet by Pillowpia. I did receive this candle in PR, so I just want to be very upfront about that. The company reached out and asked if I was interested in reviewing this one. I took a look at it and it intrigued me enough to say yes, so they sent it out. And I've been burning it for the last couple of weeks, and I am definitely ready to share my thoughts because you guys, I think I am either on the last burn here or the second to last burn. So yeah, this candle is pretty much almost done, so it's sort of the perfect time to share my thoughts here. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. If you are not familiar, Pillowpia is based out of New York. This is, I would say, more of a lifestyle type company. They offer a few different things on their website. They have swimwear, they have clothing, they have some home accessories and decor. They also offer some beauty products. They have a very unique style that I think would appeal to a lot of people. So I'll definitely be obviously linking them down below. Check them out if you're interested. But I think they are looking to get into the home fragrance game here. This is their very first candle, and as I said, it's called Ultraviolet. Let me give you guys some details about this candle here. First of all, it is a 100% soy wax. You guys know how I feel about soy wax. It's definitely my personal favorite in terms of wax formulations. So that was initially why I was like, heck yeah, let's check it out. Let's see how clean this burn is. Let's review it. Why not? It is a vegan formulation. The company is 100% cruelty-free. That is something that is very important to me. They also don't have any parabens or phthalates in their formulation. In terms of the size of this candle, it's a 2-wick. And it's 11 ounces. The price point is $68. So this is definitely at a luxury price point. I myself have been dabbling in some more luxury candles this year. I give myself a candle budget at the start of every single year. I never go over that budget. It's just not an option for me. I have to be pretty careful with what I do here on YouTube. Since this is just more of like a fun hobby type situation, like I do have to be careful with what I spend. So my budget is important, and everything that I buy for my channel here has to fit within that. So that has meant that this year I have purchased less from the more affordable companies and have started putting a little bit of that money towards trying candles that are at a more, what I think a lot of people would call a luxury price point. I know that this way of shopping for home fragrance is not going to be for everybody, so please know that there is never any pressure on my part for you to partake in luxury candles. If it's just not in your budget, there are lots of affordable candles out there that will fragrance your home beautifully. But for me, it's just kind of a niche area that I've had a little bit more interest in. So when these guys reached out, I figured, why not check them out? I will say, I've had a really good experience with this candle. It is a really lovely fragrance. It's definitely more of a spring summer type scent. And as someone who is so ready to move on from summer candles at this point, I'm kind of glad to be finishing this one up. But I think I might repurchase this one next year because, like I said, I've had a great experience with this one. So let's dive into the fragrance notes. We will talk about the strength and throw. I'll tell you kind of the different areas that I've been testing this candle in. And then we'll talk overall burn quality because that is really probably the most important thing here, especially at this price point. All right. The fragrance notes read, the top notes are violet leaf, black currant, and mandarin orange. The middle notes are geranium, jasmine, and rose. The base notes are sandalwood, amber, and vetiver. All right, so what do we have here? This definitely comes across as a sweet, fruity floral. There are some really nice nuances within that from the sandalwood and the amber at the base. It just kind of adds a little bit more of a, I would say, perfuminess to the scent with those two notes. I actually don't detect any vetiver in here, but in terms of the top notes, the black currant, very, very noticeable here. Black currant to my nose is so much more enjoyable than red currant. I have some negative like scent memory associations with red currant, so that's just really not for me to begin with. But I really do like black currant. To my nose, it's kind of, I guess you could say it's kind of similar to like grape, but it's not a grape scent. Like it shares some similarities with grape. There's also, I would say, like a hint of cherry within black currant, which is really nice. So yes, loving this black currant note here. I do smell that mandarin orange, and it is really fresh. It's very vibrant. I don't know about this violet leaf at the top. I really don't get that at all. There's nothing particularly green about this fragrance, and I don't smell violet in here either. So I'm just gonna X that one off for my nose. But again, just because my nose doesn't detect it doesn't mean that it's not gonna be there for you. So make sure that you find violet leaf an enjoyable fragrance prior to placing your order here. All right, the middle notes. All right, we have geranium, we have jasmine, and we have rose. Oh, you guys, first of all, the rose here is lovely. Rose can oftentimes take over a fragrance, and I'm happy to say that that is not the case with this one. The rose definitely plays really well with the jasmine, which smells very clean and perfumey. There is a touch of geranium in here as well. Geranium is one of those wonderful memory triggers for me because my Oma actually grew geraniums like it was a business for her when I was growing up. She just loved geraniums, and they were all over her yard. She had them in little planter boxes along her patio. She just loved geraniums. So that particular smell is a very, it's a lovely smell to my nose, and I really like the geranium that they used here. The geranium smells, it's like a floral mixed with green. It's just a very interesting fragrance. Now, I don't see it used a lot in candles, but whenever I do, I immediately want to stick my nose in it, and I'm so glad that it is very present in this candle. Again, if rose typically scares you off, you might actually enjoy this rose because there's just a hint of it. It's a nice modern take on rose. It doesn't smell like that old-fashioned Victorian rose. It's a lot more clean and straightforward. It's really nicely done. And then those base notes, the sandalwood, it's a nice creamy sandalwood note, you guys, and it just adds some more depth to the fragrance. It warms it up a little bit more, and it starts to take it into that perfumey type of vibe. And that amber, this is a lovely kind of sweet resinous amber. There's not too much of it, but it definitely is, it's noticeable in here. And again, it adds that more perfumey type of touch. Honestly, this is such an interesting mix of a floral, fruity, perfumey type of concoction. I think they did a great job with the fragrance. They actually have, it's like this little tiny tin on their website where you can sample the fragrance itself. If you're a little nervous about ordering a, $68 candle blind, you can test the fragrance in that little tin, and that would be a great way to experience this. So if you're at all nervous or questioning some of the fragrance notes, definitely definitely try that little tin out first. I think that that is a very nice thing that they offer. I would love to see them maybe offer like, how Kringle has the daylights, something like that, or even some wax melts at a lower price point, just so people can get, the exposure to their fragrances, their formulations, see how they melt, things like that. So hopefully that is something that they are considering in the future, because I do think that that would go over well. Again, especially with this being a higher price point, it's going to take some convincing for people to step out and be willing to purchase this. All right, strength and throw. Okay, I have tested this in a number of different areas. Obviously right now I have it in my entryway. I gotta say, in the downstairs open concept areas, it fills the room that it's in adequately, not superbly, but adequately for sure. You know that there's a candle going. It's kind of a lovely background type of note. This candle, however, performed the very best in my upstairs master bedroom. The strength and throw up there, the ceilings are much lower in the upstairs of our home here. I live in a early 2000s open concept style of home where the downstairs has very high ceilings and the upstairs has more normal. I think the ceilings upstairs are like 9 feet, 8 or 9 feet. I don't remember, but significantly lower, which does help with you know, helping to increase the overall strength of the candle, I feel like. So I've also had it in my powder room downstairs and in my master bathroom upstairs as well. It does really well in those smaller, more enclosed areas. The strength and throw in those areas I would put at about between a 6 and a 7. There are certain pockets of this candle that I noticed that were a little bit maybe stronger than others, but on average, I would say about a 6.5 in terms of strength, and the throw I would put right around that as well. In those upstairs rooms, it does seem to travel a little bit more outside of those areas, whereas in the downstairs, I just don't think that this candle is big enough or has enough wicks really to be able to fill the space down here. So I'm not gonna give it a number for the downstairs of the house. This is definitely more of a like room specific type of candle and experience. So if that's what you're looking for, I think you've got a great option here. The overall burn quality. This is where I think that this candle is really excelling. First of all, the soy formula, whatever soy they're using, wherever they're getting it from, whoever is making these candles for Pillowpia, this is a great wax formulation. It's so clean, you guys. There has been no discoloration in the wax. There has been no sooting at all. I've had this lit for anywhere from like 3 hours to 5 hours. So I've given it a nice little range and it's performed really well, either at 3 hours or 5 hours. I don't know that I would go much beyond 5 because the wicks do start to get a little bit long and they do want to curl in on themselves if you go beyond 5 hours. So that would be, you know, I would say that would be the max. Most candles are going to give you a recommended burn time. I'm not sure, I don't see it on the box here. By the way, this is the packaging that your candle comes in. So I think this would actually be a really kind of nice gift type candle, like a nice housewarming gift or something like that. The packaging I think is definitely top notch on this. The label, by the way, is very simple. As you can see, there's no imagery or anything like that. It's just very simple, but I don't know, I like that sometimes. I love me a good label, but I think sometimes simplicity, it can also, you know, share a space in my home as well. So, but yeah, no burn issues, you guys. The wicks are good. I think these are cotton wicks. I'm trying to remember if that is something that they mentioned on the website here. No, I'm not saying what. Oh yes, hold please. Fragrances are manufactured without phthalates or parabens. They are lead free, and these are double cotton cord wicks. So there we go, double cotton cord wicks. Yeah, good wicks. Definitely, you know, I trim them between each burn. They like I said, they do kind of want to kind of curl a little bit, I guess you could say, but not bad, not to the point where they curl in on themselves and extinguish. They're good wicks. I like this candle. I really do. I think this is a lovely, lovely fragrance. They did great with the scent itself. I think the burn quality is great. I think that the price point is a little tough for most people, but I do think that they have a very nice product here. I think for me, I would put this in more of, I would say, a $35 to $45 price range. I feel like that might be a little bit more. I think more people would be willing to bite at that price point, but I also understand, you know, that luxury candles, they have a completely different approach. So yeah, I like this. I am definitely appreciative of being able to share my thoughts with you guys. I will go ahead and link this candle in the description box down below. Take a look if you're interested. Let me know if you end up purchasing this, what your thoughts are, and I will definitely chat with you guys in the next one. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you found this video helpful at all, give it a big fat thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.